In today's video, we have Kjell, who just won the 2 Club. He's generated multi-6 figures with YouTube ads, and in combination with other traffic sources, he recently hit 2 Club. And that's a big deal because Kjell sells to a very niche market in a pretty small country. Not only does he sell to a very niche market, he sells to one part of the country that speaks Dutch. So Kjell, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
What's up, brother? Yeah, sure. So yeah, my name is Kjell, and we sell a coaching program in Belgium in the Dutch market. So only the Flemish side, not the French side, and only in Belgium. And it's been a great journey. We teach people how to start and scale in a marketing agency in Belgium, and it's been a huge success so far.
Yeah, I can see you have the .com secrets. You have pretty much all of Russell Brunson's books behind you.
Yeah. They have helped tremendously. I got my 2 Club award. It's downstairs, and yeah, I'm super happy with it.
Nice, and you'll be getting the Linx Bronze Award soon for over 100K with YouTube ads. So you'll have another award to add to the collection. Awesome. And so how did you get started with this business?
Oh, that's a pretty long journey, but I will tell you the short version of it. So I started my own marketing agency because I was done with the 9-to-5 lifestyle and I wanted to be my own boss, right? So I started a marketing agency, which was a really huge success from the start, to be very honest. It was hard work, but I think everything needs hard work. And after 6 months, I was generating over 30,000 a month. With my marketing agency, I was traveling to the United States multiple times in a year. It was amazing. And then I've got so many people from Belgium reaching out to me, like, teach me to do the same thing, because I remember you from a few years ago and you were this little kid and now you're here doing this great business. And so I decided to, after seeing all those fake it till you make it gurus, I was really done with it. And I was at that point with my girlfriend in the United States in Disney World. It was amazing. And I saw this one advertisement from a Dutch guy. He was like faking everything. And I said to my girlfriend, I'm going to start my own course. I'm going to teach people how to do it the right way. And I will show them it's hard work, but if you work hard, you will make it happen. We did it. And that's where it all started. And now we've got like 300 people in my program. And we've got the sickest testimonials, the sickest interviews. Like, it's amazing. And it's been a sick journey. I'm so proud.
That's very cool. And you went from 0 to 30K a month with your agency in 6 months. That's impressive.
I'm a workaholic, man. I've been waking up 4 a.m. every single day for 4 years now. And so I work really hard. And that's what happened. I think you get rewarded. If you work hard, you will get rewarded.
Absolutely. Consistency and focus is the key. When I started my agency, I was freelancing for a long time, but when I actually decided to focus and build an agency, I was able to do the same, where within 5 months I was hitting 30K a month. So it's like, I know the agency grind, right? Like, every single day you're doing outreach, you're dealing with clients, you're doing everything, right? It's quite the process, but yeah, building an agency is definitely a fun journey because you learn so much along the way.
It's crazy, man. And it's funny. Yesterday we did an interview with one of my students, and I know everything is possible if you believe it. And one of my students yesterday received or did 10K a month, and he started 90 days ago with us. And now 90 days later, he turned over his life and he's doing 10,000 a month. It's insane. So everything is possible, as you're saying. If you work hard and you're consistent, you can make it happen. That's for everybody.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that, in the sense that, especially with the agency model, if you have the skill set, if you have already been in digital marketing and you kind of know how to do ads, or you know how to do certain things, but you just lack the structure, when you have a good mentor like yourself or a good coach like yourself, you can do really well. And I've seen many of my friends go from 0 to like 10K in 3-4, well, not 0 to 10K, 2 to 10K is usually like a few months is doable. So that definitely goes to show, like, having kind of that structure that people lack beforehand, if you give them that, they can do really well. And yeah, that sounds really cool that like you guys were able to basically help your students get those results. Now I'm curious, how did you get started with YouTube ads?
I think it's the same story as like literally everybody. So we were doing a lot of Facebook ads. I've done like over 700,000 in Facebook ads in the past few years. It's not a lot compared to many other people that you know and I know, obviously, but it's a lot in this country. And then you know, when you launch your ads, they get disapproved, and then you get banned, and then you do these compliance things, and you get unbanned again. But it's so I don't know if I can curse, but it's so fucked up, right? Because there is no it's really scary sometimes. And so I was like, okay, if I want to scale a business to the next level, I need something I can rely on. And I was a little bit scared to rely on Facebook because they just started banning a lot of people in my circle. I was like, what happens if they start banning me as well? And I have no other source of traffic. So I started looking into YouTube ads, and then I'm this guy, I act really fast. And I saw a YouTube video, which was your YouTube video. And that's the moment that I immediately texted you on Facebook. You actually replied to me, and I joined the program. And that's when I started doing YouTube ads the right way.
Wow, so you just saw like a video of mine and decided to just jump in immediately. That's
I saw one video of you that just showed me that you knew what you were talking about. One video.
That's very cool. And what kind of results have you been able to get with YouTube ads?
YouTube ads is probably the best, one of the better sources of traffic, qualified sources, I would say. For us, the cost per lead has been a little bit higher than Facebook, but the cost per acquisition is way lower.
Awesome. That is really cool to hear. And what's the price point of the program you guys sell?
At this point, it's 5,800.
Got it. Yeah, I've noticed that as the price point gets higher, YouTube gets better, because typically the cost per lead is a bit higher than Facebook. So if you're selling something lower ticket, I personally think that a lot of times YouTube can be a little bit tougher, but then once you start getting to those high ticket $5,000, $10,000 offers, that's where YouTube, I feel, outshines quite a bit in terms of just the lead quality. And I'm curious, with the YouTube ads, what were some of the biggest obstacles you had?
I guess getting comfortable on the camera would be probably one of the things, because there a lot has to do with the creative of it and like editing. So I was a little bit scared to do that, and that was probably my biggest obstacle.
You do your own ads?
Yes. Like everything I do is my face, my head. That's probably the biggest obstacle. The second obstacle I would say is like, I wouldn't say the word famous, but I don't know any other word in English, but you get more famous. And Belgium is really small, so everybody sees your face multiple times. That's an obstacle too, because everywhere I go, people recognize me, talk to me, and that's sometimes pretty difficult. But you to experience, but you might know what I'm talking about. But that's one of the obstacles. That's the second obstacle.
I'm in South Africa. Nobody knows me here. I don't try.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking about moving as well, because many of those digital nomads are traveling to Bali, Dubai, Portugal. You're the first one that I know that's in South Africa. That's actually sick.
It's a little secret. It's like a little unknown location, but it's absolutely amazing. But I'm curious, how did you overcome the creative side, right? Because initially you said you were uncomfortable being on camera.
Man, practice makes perfect. And I think the best things comes out of your comfort zone. You just gotta do it. And nothing will be perfect if you're starting. You gotta do it, and you gotta do it again, and you gotta improve on the thing that you did, and you gotta keep improving. And as you keep improving, sooner or later you will get better. You're perfectionizing it. And that's what I did. I did so many videos. I created so many videos. It's insane. But the more you do it, the more confidence you get, and the more confidence you get, the better results you get in your ads, and the better the results, the more confidence. It's like this vicious circle. So you got to keep doing it. You got to keep shooting it, and that's the thing that I've noticed. That's how I overcame it. And you have nothing to lose. Your videos, if you make them right, they are inspiring other people. And if you're inspiring other people, you're changing lives. And that's actually the purpose.
I love the sense of motivation that you have, right? Like I can see when I talk to you that you're really motivated and you're really passionate. That's really awesome. And that comes through in the ads, right? So congrats on that.
If I can say one more thing, the one thing that really helped me is talk to one person instead of thinking you're talking to, because my ads have been seen by millions of people right now. But instead of thinking that millions of people are watching you, talk to this one person, your ideal customer. And it's gonna make your camera look so much easier to talk to. That's something that really helped me. Because if you talk, like as you're mentioning, if you talk to one person, you can directly talk to this person, and you imagine your camera as this one person you're talking to. Man, that helps so much.
Does it make you feel more comfortable on camera?
It really makes it so much easier, because now your camera is your friend. It sounds really weird, but your camera is your friend. You treat the people you're talking to as friends. And so if you look at the camera and you know that this one person, if he's gonna watch it, it's gonna change his life, you're probably changing multiple people's lives.
And how many tries did you have to make before your first profitable YouTube ad? Like, how many videos did you have to shoot before your first ad that was profitable?
Okay, let me tell you this. Do you know I did something stupid. Well, it's stupid, but I think it's great marketing after all. But anyway, do you remember Ty Lopez ad here in my garage?
Yeah.
You know, I got this great car, and I did the same kind of ad, but I did it my story, but the same outline. And I was so nervous because I knew it gotta be good. And you know, you have all this stress, like what should I say? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the best ad ever without thinking about the consequences, without thinking that I would ever be this famous, whatever that means. And so I took out this entire script of Ty, and I started replacing the variables with my story, right? And so I was outside at my car, recorded a video with a teleprompter. I was so nervous, recorded it, I think 4 or 5 times, I'm not 100% sure. I launched it, and I became literally overnight this one meme, and I got so much free traffic, and I generated so much money. And that's when I realized that, first of all, if you take a framework, be careful. That's one, because whatever. But second of all, if haters are not talking about you, you don't exist. That's something Grant Cardone taught me. And so that was the moment I realized that haters give you so much free exposure. And that's something you gotta live with, by the way, because you're gonna get haters anyway. I had to live with it. I never knew that would have an impact on my life, but it did. But man, I got so much free traffic and money just because of the haters and because of that one video.
I've seen this happen for clients where we've run their ads aggressively. I think this happened with Kino Body when I first ran his ads, and he literally, he was like, Shash, I'm getting so many haters. There's all these comments, they hurt, but I'm like, dude, you're making so much money. Like, you know, you can't get one without the other. So I've never really gotten any haters. So other than a few, you know, who leave like crappy comments on my ads and my YouTube channel, but it's never been like anything that are, you know, I've been up that center of attention. That's really interesting. So you are basically the Belgian Ty Lopez. That's what the title of this video will be, the Belgian Ty Lopez.
No, I don't like that.
I'm kidding.
I'm the first Kjell Fruitier.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like interesting. So, and I mean, that goes to show, right? Like sometimes one of the best things you can do with your ads is you can get inspired by somebody else. You don't, obviously you told your story, right? You told your story. You did take inspiration from his ad, but ultimately it was your background, it was your story, and that's what made it work, right? You just took kind of like the format and basically a structure that worked for persuasion. And also you grab people's attention, right? People would perhaps be, I'm guessing they didn't, you know, some of them didn't react that well, some of them reacted well. You got a lot of controversy going, and now you're pretty well known in that country, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's like Tony Robbins is saying, model. You got a model, and that's what he did with Jim Rohn. And I think that's the key. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. If something works, try it. But give it your own touch. It's like Picasso is saying, but give it your own touch.
Absolutely, I agree with that 100%. So what is next for you with YouTube advertising and your business? Where are you taking this business, and what's kind of your next goal?
That's a great question. So my end goal, I wouldn't really say end goal, but my biggest goal is changing 1 million people's lives. I want to impact 1 million people's lives, right? That's my big goal. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it, probably by public speaking. My biggest goal is to do it in Belgium. which is a huge task because we have like, I think 11 million people in Belgium only.
Okay, for a second, for a second, I was like, man, does Belgium even have 1 million people?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We actually do. We have 11, but that's I believe that's with the French side with it. So I got to be conscious of it. But I have time. I'm only 25 years old, right? So 1 million people. That's the big goal. How is YouTube gonna help me? For the traffic source, like literally, it's so reliable. It's such a great platform. I like it, and it's creating videos. And if you're comfortable on camera, it's easy. It's pretty simple, straightforward. If you know what to do, if you know what to click, is you can make a lot of mistakes. Been there, done that. That's why you work with people or buy programs from people who have done it, like yourself. That's what I did. So I don't need to click the buttons and lose a lot of money, because that's something that people never think about, right? Is I can invest in your program. I don't know what the price was, whatever. Let's say I spent 50,000 euros on your program, whatever it is, right? I spent 50,000 on your program, but I can also launch and try it myself. And I can make so many mistakes that it's going to cost me a bunch of time. And time is money. And then you lose a lot of money because you're doing a lot of wrong shit. And instead of 1-2 return, you could have like 1-10 return if you know actually what you're doing and how to script and how all these things work. So I think investing in a mentor is like the best thing you can do, period. It's literally the best thing you can do. You should work with professionals, experts in your field. That's why I worked with you, because you're the expert in YouTube ads. It's simple.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's really, really cool to hear. Yeah. I'm curious, how did my program help you specifically with YouTube ads? When I started working with you, I did this low ticket program, right? And then I've got multiple mentors, and I started transitioning to high tickets. So I did a low ticket part, and it's really low ticket. It's really complicated through either YouTube and Facebook ads, to be very honest with you. And now with the iOS updates on Facebook, it's getting out of hand. I know all these different stories. You know them, I know them. So high ticket, that was one of the biggest changes. And then how did that work with the program? Well, simple. I transitioned to high ticket, and I sent people to a VSL, opt-in VSL, and then they can schedule a call with us. Okay, that's very, very cool. And in terms of targeting, what did you find works well in such a small geography? Because obviously it's not the same as the US, where there's hundreds of millions of people. It's like you have a small audience. So how does targeting play into it? We have tried so many different things, and now all my copycats are gonna steal my shit. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. What we figured out is in Belgium, because you gotta know in America you got millions and millions of people, and you gotta do these keywords and topics and everything you're doing. But in Belgium we figured out like we only have like in our target audience there's maybe 1 or 2 million people that we can reach. There is not much more. So if I spend a few thousand a day and I target, then it's gonna be right. So that's why we figured out really quickly. So we decided that instead of focusing on like all those different targeting options, we can split test mobile desktop. That's what we do. Mobile desktop, and then we try maximize conversions versus target CPAs. And then the biggest shift is the videos that we are creating. So we got to be more conscious of ad fatigue. We got to switch more with the videos because more people watch them, because there is a limited amount of people in a bucket. So that's how we do it in the Flemish side of Belgium. So broad targeting combined with a lot of videos, a lot of, and that makes complete sense. That's what we've seen in smaller locations and other clients of ours, is that you essentially are going with open targeting, but you're cycling creative frequently and testing different messages. That is completely in line with what we've seen. So, Kjell, hope I said that right. Kjell. You're literally the first one who can pronounce my name the correct way. That's outside Belgium. Good job. Thank you so much. So Kjell, I got a question. Somebody, let's say they just booked a call with us. They're on the fence about joining the program. Obviously, guys, the investment is not $50,000. That was just an example. It's a lot more reasonable. But what would you tell somebody who's on the fence? I would wonder why they are on the fence, because it's not making sense to think about it. You should do it. Like legit, you should do it. There is no reason to hesitate,
because every time you're thinking about it, you're looking around, you're wasting time, you're wasting money. So if you're on the fence, just do it. It's probably the best investment you will make if you want to learn how to do YouTube ads. And trust me, your future self will thank you.
Awesome. That's thanks for that. And yeah, I appreciate you jumping on this call. Congratulations on winning the bronze award. I'm sure you'll get silver soon, and maybe you'll even get gold in a little bit, you know, for 10 million. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you get your silver award and gold award. When you do get gold, we plan to do some special stuff for the gold winners. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And thanks for jumping on the call. If somebody is from, let's say, the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium, how can they find out more about what you do and perhaps even get help from you?
Yeah, you can find our business name, which is Excuse, literally the way it's written right here, because no excuse is good enough. That's basically what it stands for. And then you can find me on Instagram at Kjell. It's kind of difficult to pronounce.
We'll put it in the link. So yeah, guys, go check his stuff out if you speak Dutch. Can you help people who are in the Netherlands as well?
Yeah, we have a couple of people from the Netherlands. They're in Netherlands, and there are a lot of gurus, and they're different people. But we have got a couple of people from the Netherlands who work with us, because I'm a no bullshit guy, no nonsense guy, and I'm straight to the point. And everybody is telling you can make 10,000 in a day. We say you gotta work hard, and so that's what people like these days, is being straight to the point. So yeah, we can definitely help people from the Netherlands, but we gotta talk to each other to see what your expectations are. That's the first step.
Well, I appreciate you jumping on the channel. Guys, thanks for watching the video. Here's the next thing I'd like you to do. Go hit that like button, and then go check out our Linx YouTube ads training program. As Kjell has shown, you can get some pretty epic results with YouTube ads. So go check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.